Hey, so if you're like me, you watched the debates between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump last night. Donnie Tiny Hands Trump. Tiny hands. Manos, the tiny hands of fate. But then if you're also like me, you watched people talk about it. The debate afterwards. I watched the debates. I talked about the debates afterwards. I talked about the debates on camera, and then I came home and I watched more people talk about the debates on camera because I'm a maniac, right? So I'm watching. You know, they have that. This guy is that historian, right? Rick Overton's here with us, hilarious comedian Rick Overton. Now you know Michael Beschloss.
Yes, Beschloss.
That's his name. He's a historian. And what I like about him is that he gives me hope, right? Because I won't look like a jackass dyeing my hair when I'm his age, right? That's what because I like dyeing my hair. I don't like gray hair as much as he does. And but he has a very interesting insight. Most people talk about the debates and they talk about the land, and you very rarely hear like an original idea. And this might not seem that original, but it's an idea I don't think anybody really talked about. Certainly not me. Here, let's play it. Let's see what he has to say.
You know, the other thing I think that this night really demonstrated is, you know, we sometimes wonder about how useful presidential debates are. This night should convince us once and for all how important it is, because without a debate like this or the debates that follow, we would not have seen the side of Donald Trump tonight. He could have read from the teleprompter between now and Election Day, and voters could have cast their ballots without getting some pretty important information about it.
So I thought that at first I was like, you know, we did videos about how the debates are pretty much a sham and a hoodwinking of the American people. And if you have a dissenting voice, they arrest you like they did Jill Stein. They arrested her again yesterday.
Right. Took her off the
campus even though she was invited on and she was doing TV interviews.
Disrupting things because students gathered around her on campus.
Because, a speaker...
That's disruptive to have students gathering for any reason on a campus.
At a campus, students, so they arrested her. They kicked her off.
Yeah, it's disruptive having people participate in this whole political system right now. You want to get to know a candidate? Arrest them.
Arrest them.
Some of us remember the last time they did that, and it was very expensive. Let me tell you. Cost us a war and a president.
So as corrupt as the debates are, which they are because they're no longer run by an independent third body like the League of Women Voters, they're run by a special commission when I say special, what I mean by that is that they're literally the people from both campaigns, right? They pick the people and then they pick the people who run the whole thing. So it's totally scammy, and but he is right. Like Donald Trump. There was something about him on stage last night that made him look so unpresidential that you couldn't help it. And you know me, I'm not voting for Hillary, and I'm not a Hillary fan. I think it's time to break the fever of neoliberalism, and that Donald Trump isn't the problem, that he's the symptom of the problem, and the problem is neoliberalism. And so we have to figure out a way to break it, and keep voting for it isn't the way. So I don't know. I thought that was really smart that he said. I thought it was good. Yeah, it's good. The more you see our candidates, the more you see the people who want to lead us talking, the better. And Lester Holt, I thought, did a better job than expected. So he says this about.
I just want to say Lester Holt is no Brian Williams.
No, I'm Lester Holt. He was much better than Brian Williams. Lester Holt, by the way.
By the way, Brian Williams claims that he was Lester Holt.
Ha!
At one time.